Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Founders Grid. Today, we have Gabriel, the founder of Rocket Chat, and Bruno, who looks after the global partnerships at Rocket Chat. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
So, Gabriel, I'll start from you. Let's discuss the early days from the product market fit to getting to the first 100 users. What was it all like?
I guess that's one of the crazy stories and beauty about open source. So when we published the open source project, in the first 24 hours, we already had like 30,000 downloads. And then we were featuring product hunts, and it was like wildfire. And then you could see that the product feed was there because so many people started downloading and contributing to the project.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, it's an interesting way. I would recommend some people don't take that open source into consideration when trying to find a go-to-market strategy. And we see more and more companies using the open source as sometimes a go-to-market strategy before you build an enterprise version of the product.
Oh, interesting. So, and coming back, so 30,000, and what was the conversion rate like initially? So were you able to
Well,
double digits in conversion rates, or?
uh, that's the thing. Like we didn't have a commercial offer for the first year and a half, almost 2 years. It was mainly the open source project and trying to get a market share to get the product to actually reach the next level. And yeah, we didn't actually we're not making any money or charging anyone for enterprise version for almost 2 years.
And what year was that?
So we published our first commit you see on GitHub, like was a very alpha version, was 2015, was June 2015.
Okay. And so 2017 onwards, how's the journey been like from, enterprise version to the conversions and making the users stick on, because, that's where it's the next step forward, right? So
Yes. So I guess you think we were lucky enough that we raised our seed round based on user adoption and not on commercial metrics, right? We had a few hundreds of thousands of servers that have been or deployed, and then we started to get approached by different VCs to offer us money to take the product to the next level. So you could actually concentrate on just building the product. And then we actually start with a real commercial version only actually on 2018.
okay.
Because we run on like this, just an enterprise side project until the end of 2016.
Yeah.
2016 is when we were approached by VCs and they say like, okay, you guys built something that is being used by millions of people worldwide as an open source. Like we think we should turn this into a commercial product. So 2017 is when we received the money and start building the team, building the product.
Yeah.
And then on 2018, we launched the commercial version of the product.
Okay.
And on the beginning, the biggest challenge was really to differentiate between what you offer on the free and what you offer on the paid version.
Yeah.
That's usually like the tricky part in open source. And then now getting to the 2020 is when we like finally reached like past the mark of like $1 million on ARR, and managed to convert a few of the big guys into paying customers.
Wow. Good. So where do you see 3 years from now? You eventually started with a vision of the open source, and you've been successfully able to make it a VC funded company to getting up to the millions of users and ARR. So what's the next 3-year goal for you?
We see Rocket Chat as being the redefining. You see, like have Slack and Microsoft Teams having this fight for world dominance on team collaboration, right?
Yeah.
Rocket Chat has a vision beyond this, where our platform is not just team collaboration, but actually we do customer service because we connect to WhatsApp, to WeChat, Apple Talk, like as an open source, we don't have this greed to try to keep everybody into our platform. We want to connect to all platforms and allow many different streams of communication to happen inside the organization, and then also connect different organizations using a federation protocol like email. So you should be able to talk to people from other organizations. So we see this as kind of like a wave of revolutionizing the way companies communicate each other truly beyond email. We feel like you had email that everybody used to communicate. Then you have companies like Slack and Microsoft built like these silos of communication. We have a very good user experience and solve a lot of problems, but they created all these barriers. So we want to get all this innovation about user experience and all the new bells and whistles of those tools, but bring it back to a democratized, decentralized web where everybody can have access to it and interoperate between companies and between services. So we see Rocket Chat as being like this engine that people can then build the stuff on top, almost like the new email, like, but really because it's open source, it's distributed, it's free, and so on.
So interesting. So Bruno, I have a question for you. You look after the global partnerships, right? So I look after the same role at Caper, but I'm a very old school guy, who believes that deals only get done over stakes, right? So, but the post-COVID world, things are evolving, things are changing, and we've been forced to sit in front of Zoom and have these discussions. So how do you see the world evolving, especially when it comes down to partnerships and others, global partnerships where the ticket sizes are bigger? Do you see them evolving and happening over Zoom, or do you think we'll go back to the traditional way of having everything over Zoom?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. And just to make the connection with Gabriel's uh, beginning statement was that the most interesting part of Rocket Chat is that since in the beginning, Rocket Chat was not focused at all in commercializing, right? So that made our product extremely focused on the product, to make that product amazing, in order, to be open source. And then, after 2 years, as he was mentioning, we were able to start, to commercialize. So now we have like an extremely ready product for the global market. Now, one thing that is extremely interesting about open source, right, is that, and I'm sure some of our viewers today, their experience and some are not, is that a lot of times when we talk to government agencies, big companies, uh, or even startups, we have the pleasant surprise when we first talk to them and they say, "Oh, wow, we've been using Rocket Chat for over 2 years now." So that's the amazing part of first of all, the open source, and second, for Rocket Chat to be born as a solution ready, to be global, right? So that's the first thing.
Got it. So, Gabriel, last question for you. I believe you are a distributed team, a remote team working in multiple time zones and everything, right? So now the whole world has been forced to go remote, and at Caper, we've been big advocates of remote work for a few years now, right? So how to manage remote teams in a better, efficient way, both the technology as well as the sales and marketing team. So any few tips you can share?
Yeah, I think specifically from the open source have thought there's a lot of things about how to work remotely. There's a lot. I think for me, the key thing is people need to be engaged and have ownership about what they're doing. So they don't need to be micromanaged. You cannot run a team if you're micromanaging remotely. That's just impossible. And also you need to learn how to work asynchronously, right? So this is as also part of not micromanaging. You need to be able to have a place where you define tasks and targets and results, and people can work and own that and do their work on their own time. as long as you commit to the deadlines, you commit to deliver, and you sync everybody. So using tools that allow you to work both synchronously, like having a conference call like we're having here and you have to discuss something, but also having a channel where you can put questions for people to answer in their own time and have all that conversation happening on a specific pace, which is not disrupting for everybody working. So I think that's the key goal is know how to learn how to work synchronously and asynchronously, and have the right management that allows that to happen also, which is driven by results rather than by tasks.
Got it. Got it. No, guys, Gabriel, Bruno, thank you so much. It was a great podcast, but my marketing team tells me I have to keep it within 8 to 10 minutes because of so much content being churned out these days. So, but thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and stay safe.
Thank you. And it's a pleasure to talk to you as well. And we are here, to help companies, right, to expand the communications. And we can't wait, to partner with a lot of them. So if you have any questions, we're open for partnerships globally.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.